Embarking on new adventures and exploring different horizons can fill our hearts with joy and curiosity, no matter our age. The world beckons with its rich tapestry of cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and opportunities for connection. For many seniors, retirement opens the door to realizing long-held travel dreams. However, as we gracefully move into our 70s and beyond, our bodies and circumstances naturally evolve. While the spirit of adventure remains vibrant, the practicalities of travel can present unexpected complexities and risks that are important to consider thoughtfully. It's not about discouraging exploration, but about approaching it with wisdom, preparation, and a clear understanding of how to navigate potential challenges safely and comfortably. Traveling wisely at this stage of life ensures that the journey remains a source of pleasure and enrichment, rather than worry or hardship. One of the foremost considerations when planning travel after 70 is the potential for increased health concerns. As we age, even minor health conditions can become more unpredictable. What feels manageable at home, where familiar doctors and medical facilities are readily accessible, can pose a significant challenge in an unfamiliar setting, especially abroad. Conditions such as heart issues, blood pressure fluctuations, or respiratory sensitivities might require prompt medical attention. The stress of travel itself, from changes in routine and sleep patterns to navigating crowded spaces and different climates, can sometimes exacerbate underlying health vulnerabilities. A simple illness that might mean a few days of rest at home could potentially lead to a more serious situation when you are far away from your usual support system and medical team. Long journeys, particularly flights that span many hours, can increase specific risks. The risk of developing blood clots, known as deep vein thrombosis, is one such concern due to prolonged inactivity. Changes in altitude, whether flying high above the clouds or visiting mountainous regions, can put extra strain on the heart and lungs, particularly for individuals with pre-existing conditions. Even seemingly small factors, like ensuring adequate hydration or adjusting to warmer or colder temperatures, can impact an older body differently. Our immune systems may not be as robust as they once were, making us potentially more susceptible to illnesses when exposed to new environments and a wider array of germs. It's not about fear, but about recognizing these possibilities and taking proactive steps to mitigate them. Consider the experience of Mr. Harrison, a sprightly 75-year-old who embarked on a river cruise he had dreamed of for years. He was generally healthy, but developed a persistent cough just a few days into the trip. At home, he would have seen his primary care doctor quickly. On the riverboat in a foreign country, accessing medical care was more complex. The onboard nurse provided basic care, but his condition worsened, requiring him to be taken off the ship for a hospital visit in a small town where communication was difficult. The experience, though ultimately manageable, was stressful and disrupted his planned activities. It highlighted how swiftly a minor ailment can become a travel concern when you are away from your usual healthcare network. Planning ahead, discussing your trip with your doctor, and understanding the healthcare landscape at your destination are essential parts of responsible travel preparation at any age, and especially as we get older. A critical, often overlooked aspect of travel planning for seniors is navigating the complexities of medical insurance, especially when traveling internationally. Many people assume their standard health insurance or Medicare plan will cover medical expenses anywhere in the world. Unfortunately, this is frequently not the case. Medicare coverage outside the U.S. is typically very limited, often covering only specific circumstances like medical emergencies on a cruise ship within U.S. waters. Relying solely on domestic insurance while abroad can lead to staggering out-of-pocket expenses for doctor visits, hospital stays, prescriptions, and emergency medical evacuations. An emergency medical evacuation, perhaps needing to be airlifted from a remote location to a major hospital, can cost tens of thousands of dollars, potentially wiping out savings intended for retirement. Purchasing comprehensive travel insurance that includes robust medical coverage, including provisions for pre-existing conditions and emergency medical transport, is not just a good idea for many seniors. It's a vital necessity that provides peace of mind and financial protection. Exploring options and understanding policy details before you leave home is crucial. Another significant area to consider when traveling is the potential for increased exposure to infections and contaminants. Our world is wonderfully diverse, but it also means encountering different microbial environments. Crowded spaces like airport terminals, airplanes with recirculated air, bustling train stations, and public transportation can be places where viruses and bacteria are easily shared. For younger individuals with robust immune systems, exposure might result in a minor cold or a brief stomach upset. However, for seniors whose immune responses may be naturally slower or less vigorous, these exposures can potentially lead to more severe or prolonged illnesses. Respiratory infections, influenza, and even common colds can present with more significant complications in older adults. The close confines of travel environments facilitate the spread of these pathogens, making vigilance regarding personal hygiene paramount. Furthermore, exploring new culinary landscapes is often a highlight of travel, but it also presents potential risks related to food and water safety. Different regions have different standards for food preparation and water purification. Enjoying local cuisine is part of the adventure, but unfamiliar ingredients, preparation methods, or even seemingly harmless elements like tap water can cause digestive distress or more serious foodborne illnesses such as norovirus, E. coli, or salmonella. These infections can lead to dehydration and weakness, which are particularly concerning for older adults. Even in developed countries, vigilance is required in restaurants and when trying street food. Staying hydrated with safe, bottled, or purified water is fundamental. Carrying medications for potential stomach upset or traveler's diarrhea, prescribed by your doctor, can offer comfort and quick relief if needed. Everyday surfaces we touch while traveling also harbor germs. Handrails on escalators, armrests on planes, doorknobs in public restrooms, and even surfaces in hotel rooms or rental cars can be points of contact for various microbes. While many places strive for cleanliness, consistent and thorough disinfection can be challenging. For seniors who use mobility aids like canes or walkers, the need to touch public surfaces for balance or support increases their potential exposure. Simple, consistent practices like frequent hand washing with soap and water, using alcohol-based hand sanitizer when washing isn't possible, and perhaps carrying disinfectant wipes for high-touch surfaces can significantly reduce the risk of acquiring an illness while away from home. Wearing a mask in crowded indoor spaces remains a sensible precaution, particularly during cold and flu seasons or in areas with high transmission rates. Being mindful of your surroundings and maintaining good hygiene practices empowers you to protect your health while enjoying your travels. Traveling can be physically demanding, and for seniors, managing travel fatigue and the time needed for recovery is a crucial consideration. Long flights, early morning departures, navigating extensive airports, and the sheer amount of walking often involved in sightseeing can take a greater toll than in younger years. Unlike the rapid recovery experienced earlier in life, fatigue can linger for days or even weeks after a trip for older adults. This persistent tiredness isn't just uncomfortable, it can impair judgment, affect balance, and weaken the immune system, potentially increasing the risk of other issues like falls or illness. Adapting your travel pace and expectations is key to ensuring the trip is restorative, not depleting. Disrupted sleep is a common challenge when traveling, especially across different time zones. Sleeping in unfamiliar beds, dealing with hotel noise, or experiencing the effects of jet lag can significantly impact sleep quality and duration. Jet lag, the disruption of the body's internal clock, can be more pronounced and take longer to overcome as we age. Studies indicate that older adults' circadian rhythms may be less adaptable, meaning jet lag can last for days longer than anticipated. Sleep deprivation affects mental acuity, mood, and physical stamina, turning planned activities into struggles rather than pleasures. The physical strain of travel sitting for extended periods, lifting luggage, walking long distances, can exacerbate existing conditions like arthritis or joint pain, leading to lasting discomfort. Consider the experience of Mrs. Adams, a vibrant 78-year-old who booked an exciting city tour package in a foreign capital known for its rich history and extensive museums. She was active at home, enjoying daily walks. However, the tour's packed itinerary involved very long days with early starts and significant amounts of walking on pavement and cobblestones. Despite her usual activity level, the cumulative fatigue and different terrain proved overwhelming. She found herself needing to skip some planned activities to rest, feeling disappointed that she couldn't keep up the pace. It was a valuable lesson even active seniors need to factor in more downtime and build flexibility into their travel schedules. Planning fewer activities per day, incorporating rest breaks, taking shorter trips, or choosing destinations with a more relaxed pace can make a significant difference in overall enjoyment and well-being. Prioritizing comfort, adequate rest, and hydration helps ensure that you return home feeling refreshed and with happy memories, not simply exhausted. One of the most significant physical risks associated with travel for seniors is the increased potential for falls and resulting injuries. As we get older, natural changes in balance, coordination, muscle strength, and bone density can make us more susceptible to falls. A simple stumble on an uneven surface, something easily recovered from in youth, can lead to serious consequences like fractures, particularly hip fractures, head injuries, or sprains that require immediate medical attention and potentially lengthy recovery. Traveling often takes us to environments that present unique challenges, historic sites with uneven stairs or cobblestone paths, hotel bathrooms with slippery floors, crowded transportation platforms, or dimly lit walkways. These can all become potential hazards, especially when combined with fatigue or unfamiliar surroundings. Accessibility is another factor that can vary dramatically between locations. Not all destinations, hotels, or modes of transportation are designed with limited mobility in mind. Stepping onto a bus with high steps, navigating subway stations with multiple flights of stairs, or walking on sidewalks in older cities that are cracked or uneven can become unexpectedly difficult and risky. If an injury does occur in a foreign country or a remote area, the speed and quality of emergency medical response may differ from what you are accustomed to at home, potentially impacting treatment outcomes and recovery time. Being aware of these potential hazards and taking precautions is vital for maintaining safety and independence while exploring. Think about Mr. Davies, a 72-year-old who was enjoying a guided walking tour through a beautiful ancient city. He was usually quite steady on his feet. However, while navigating a steep, worn stone pathway in a garden that was slightly damp from recent rain, he misjudged his step and fell, breaking his wrist. The fall immediately ended his ability to fully participate in the tour. Getting prompt medical attention was challenging due to the language barrier and unfamiliar healthcare system. The incident not only caused pain and stress, but also resulted in unexpected medical expenses and the need to change his travel plans entirely. This underscores the importance of choosing appropriate footwear with good traction, using mobility aids like canes if needed, being extra cautious on uneven or slippery surfaces, and not hesitating to slow down or ask for assistance when navigating challenging terrain. Researching the accessibility of a destination before booking can help identify potential physical challenges and ensure the trip is within your physical capabilities. Your safety and well-being should always come first. Beyond health and physical challenges, travel after 70 also involves navigating potential financial risks that many may not anticipate. While the cost of the trip itself is planned for, unexpected expenses can arise and quickly become overwhelming. Medical emergencies, as discussed, are a significant financial concern if not adequately covered by travel insurance. However, there are other financial pitfalls unique to travel that can impact seniors. Trip cancellations or interruptions, while not directly health-related, can result in substantial financial loss. Life is unpredictable, and a health issue, a family emergency, or unforeseen circumstances might necessitate canceling a long-planned trip. Without cancellation insurance, prepaid expenses like flights, hotels, cruises, and tour deposits may be non-refundable, leading to the loss of thousands of dollars. Furthermore, seniors can sometimes be targeted by scams and fraud while traveling. Criminals may perceive older travelers as potentially less familiar with local customs or technology, making them more vulnerable. Common scams include inflated prices for goods or services taxis, souvenirs, bait-and-switch tactics where a promised service is not delivered, or more sophisticated schemes involving fake booking websites, phishing emails, impersonating travel companies, or even individuals posing as helpful locals or authorities. Losing money to a scam can be not only financially damaging, but also emotionally distressing, leaving travelers feeling violated and anxious. protecting your financial information and being vigilant are crucial defenses. Consider the unfortunate experience of Mrs. Thompson, a retired teacher who booked a charming vacation rental online for her solo trip abroad. She was careful and researched the property, but the website was a sophisticated fake. When she arrived at the address, the property didn't exist, and the legitimate owners had never heard of her booking. All the money she had paid up front was gone. Stranded in an unfamiliar city, she had to find last-minute alternative accommodation, paying significantly more than she had budgeted. The stress and financial loss overshadowed much of her trip. To protect against such issues, using reputable booking platforms, being wary of deals that seem too good to be true, and securing your financial information while traveling, avoiding public Wi-Fi for transactions. Being discreet with credit cards are essential practices. Investing in travel insurance that covers trip interruption and cancellation, and understanding the policy's terms regarding covered reasons for cancellation provides a vital safety net against unforeseen events. So, what does this mean for those of us in our 70s and beyond who still cherish the desire to travel and explore? Does acknowledging these potential challenges mean the door to adventure is closed? Absolutely not. It means shifting our perspective and approaching travel with intentionality, preparation, and a focus on maximizing safety, comfort, and enjoyment. It's about traveling smarter, not necessarily less. This might involve choosing destinations known for excellent healthcare access and infrastructure, opting for shorter trips closer to home, or exploring regions with easy accessibility and a more relaxed pace. Consider destinations that minimize the need for strenuous physical activity or complex navigation. Traveling with a companion, joining small guided tours designed for older adults, or utilizing travel agents who specialize in senior travel can provide additional support and peace of mind. Prioritizing pre-trip planning is paramount. This includes a thorough medical checkup and discussion with your doctor about your travel plans, ensuring all necessary medications are packed with extra, and researching the healthcare facilities at your destination. Securing comprehensive travel insurance that covers medical emergencies, evacuation, and trip cancellation is non-negotiable. Sharing your itinerary and important contact information with a trusted family member or friend at home is also a wise precaution. Being aware of potential scams and keeping your valuables secure helps protect your finances. Ultimately, the decision to travel is a personal one, balancing the undeniable joys of exploration with a realistic assessment of one's health, capabilities, and preparedness. Travel should enrich our lives, offering new perspectives and treasured memories. By approaching it with thoughtful planning and caution, we can continue to embrace the adventure safely and fully. Reflecting on these points, perhaps you've encountered some of these situations or have specific strategies that have worked well for you or someone you know while traveling later in life. There is immense value in sharing experiences and learning from one another. Taking a moment to consider your own readiness, both physically and logistically, before booking that next trip, can be a powerful act of self-care. What steps might you take differently based on what we've discussed? Maybe it's scheduling that doctor's visit, researching travel insurance more carefully, or simply adjusting the pace you expect to maintain on your next adventure. We invite you to share your thoughts. What's one key takeaway for you from this discussion? And how might it influence your future travel plans or conversations with loved ones about their travel? Your insights and experiences are incredibly valuable to this community. Sharing them can offer encouragement and practical advice to others who are considering their own travel dreams.